first episode of the Eat, Sleep, Stream podcast. My name is Gus, aka Bruin, and I am here with the sexy salamander himself, Smiddy710. How's it going, BB?
Good. How you doing, brother?
Doing good, doing good. So, I know I've already told you already, like just right before this started, but this is meant to get to know one more, get to know each other more on a personal level, stuff maybe that we haven't talked about, and for maybe your viewers, anybody's viewers, to get to know you a little bit better too. So, first off, do you want to introduce yourself?
So my name's Smiddy710. People usually just call me Smitty. It's just a nickname I've had my whole life because I didn't want to use my real name. But that's pretty much it. And then the 710 pretty much just stands for like positivity and pride and stuff like that. And just wanting to grow yourself as a person.
Okay. I know that's one thing. So how I think you already know this too. How I found you was I was just going through different streams, and then I found a friend of ours, and then I started watching through you because that's one thing that I really enjoyed watching was you being so positive and always still so positive. And that's one thing that I feel like nowadays is not too prevalent just because there's so many like trolls and things like that online.
Yeah, there's a lot of those.
Yeah. And so there's a lot of questions I'm going to ask that I already know personally, but what do you stream? What games do you mainly stream, and how long have you been streaming?
So I mainly just stream Fortnite. I've been streaming consistently since April on Twitch. Before that, I was on Mixer and trying out a couple different things. Like not too many people know, but I used to stream on Twitch like back on Black Ops 2, back when I was in high school. And then obviously like high school stuff, like I didn't take this seriously. So it kind of just fell off. And then I started seeing my friend already told me about Twitch again. He's like, I'm watching like all these people, and I'm like, I'll give it a shot. And then I just really, really enjoyed it. And I was like, I want to take this seriously.
So how did you hear about streaming for the first time?
The Call of Duty group I was in, like they started streaming. They're like, well, you should stream ours because we were doing the league play or whatever it was called. And we were doing very well. And we'd get like very high ranks in the league play. And this was all when we were on Xbox. And then just started doing that. They got, since Twitch was super, super new, like they got sponsorship offers since they were older than me. I was like 16 at the time, and they were like in their 20s and stuff like that.
So this was like what year?
Probably, I'd say 2011.
Okay. It's like 9, almost 8-9 years ago.
Yeah, whenever Black Ops 2 was like really, really popular.
Dang, all right. That was, yeah, I think that was.
Yeah, it's been a long time on that game.
So what was the first game that you remember being like hooked on, or like you couldn't put it down?
Halo. Like I started on Halo 2 on the original Xbox at a friend's house. And like we'd stay up till like, we'd honestly do all-nighters and then sleep through the whole day and then wake up and do it all over again. Like we'd go outside, play a little bit, and then inside we go when the streetlights came on and just game all night, doing like battle rifles versus snipers, shotguns versus snipers, and then playing online against people. Like Halo's probably the first game, like online game, that was like, this is really fun.
And I mean, considering you were a kid at that time, what did your family say about it?
Um,
Or did they not? Like my family, as long as I was busy doing something, they didn't really care. So if I would have done that, they probably wouldn't have just have known.
like I think the biggest thing was like growing up there, like they didn't care I was doing it at night because like pretty much through the whole day, like I'd sleep for a little bit, but I was always up by like noon, and then I would play outside all day and then game all night. So it really wasn't an issue too much. Um, I don't think they necessarily liked that I was playing Halo, but
Why? Because it
it,
was a shooter game.
it was a shooter. But then, like when my mom started watching it, she's like, "Oh, it's not that bad." Like it really, like back in the day, like it didn't show blood and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
So, and she'd rather me play that than Grand Theft Auto.
Oh yeah.
Like,
So just to sidetrack a little, just to so it's not too I guess deep with some questions and then some lighthearted. First, oh no, I'm sorry. What was the first streamer you remember following?
the first, like, so back when I was on it the first time, I didn't follow any streamers. Like, it was just because I didn't understand the platform yet. And then,
And that was Mixer.
no, like back when Twitch first started,
Oh,
like in the Black Ops 2 days. So I didn't really know, like, I just knew I could stream on this. And I was like, I didn't understand watching other people and getting part of communities. Um, Honestly, like, probably like 50% of people on Twitch right now, the first person I followed was Ninja. And then I found Tim the Tap Man. And he's probably in the popular spectrum of Twitch. Like, he's someone I like to watch a lot because he's just, he's funny, easygoing. He's lighthearted most of the time. And he doesn't, like, he'll rage, but it's like he'll throw his penguin across the room, which is funny.
yeah. That's one thing I like about all the emotes he has.
Yeah. The Kevin emotes.
Yeah. So that kind of goes into a good question of what do you do? Because everybody gets upset when they game to certain levels. What do you do to one get over that rage in the moment, or yeah, what do you use to get over that?
I'll just let out like a funny scream, like not like a rage scream. I'll just scream. Like I'll just make a noise or like I mean, I'm not perfect, so sometimes like I'll just hit my desk or something. I try not to cuz it's plastic and makes a lot of noise. So like I'll just stand up, stretch, come back and then get like a drink or something, a snack. And then I used to my go-to was usually ice cream. Like back when I first started streaming, like my friend Artie would be like, "Smitty, you there?" I'm like, he's like, "I probably went to go get ice cream because ice cream makes me happy."
Okay, so with your viewers, did you come into streaming already having like your group of friends or even family that were accepting of it and were watching you and supporting you, or was it more of like you just doing it on your own, not really telling anybody, and you get that community? You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I mean, I told my friends and family, the stepdad, which is the who I live with, like he still doesn't understand it. Like he's like, people subscribe to you to watch you play a video game. I'm like, yeah. Um, then my mom, like, she's like, do whatever makes you happy, pretty much. I had a couple friends watch me, but not consistently. Like, honestly, the first month and a half to 2 months I was on Twitch, no viewers, but I still streamed every day. Like, because I was like, if I want to make this happen, like, you have to deal with the ups, downs, spirals. Like, it's just something you have to deal with if you want to, like, if you truly want something, you just have to stick with it, keep going, no matter how hard you think it is at the time.
And relating to that, in regards to like that support and keep going, what motivates you to keep going?
Um, there's one person I listen to. His name's Gary Vaynerchuk. Um, he's a very outspoken he, businessman, or
Entrepreneur,
entrepreneur,
pretty much guy that
motivational
does everything.
speaker. Yeah, like I watched this one video. It was a 10-second clip. This lady comes up to him when he's in the back of his cab, and she's like, "Give me words of motivation." And all he said is, "You're gonna die." And he's like, "Do something about it." And I was like stuff will hit people differently. Like there's so much stuff he says, but like that, and then the other thing he said was, "Regret is poison." So if I would have just like, if I would have gave up on this and then just went, "Oh, I'm just gonna play video games," like it's always for fun. But if I was like, "I don't want to stream anymore. I'll just play video games and continue with my life," like I honestly would regret it, like because it's something I would like to make full time one day. Because I like the community I'm building. I like the friends I'm meeting along the way, like you, John, Mika, and Brightside and stuff like that. Because you guys like, when I see you guys pop up in chat or like we'll message each other and stuff, like it's very supportive too. Because like a lot of people where I live, it's very toxic. Like they just care about themselves. Like if you like you stuff came up with you and like I just wanted to check on you all the time, and like I feel like a lot of like IRL friends don't do that. Like
Yeah.
there's probably like a select like three, not even a handful. Like I think three friends would check up on me, and I want to be that friend that no matter where people are in their life, like be able to message them and cheer them up.
Mhm. And on a friend level like that, obviously, I appreciate you and I thank you for that too. And I do think that is one thing that's pretty hard to, because I've had friends for over a decade where they won't do that, and it's nothing against them. It's just, at least in the community I grew up in, it was very much of not showing your emotions and affectionate for people or affection for people. Because like I know for sure if something were to happen to me right now, one of those friends would care and want to be there for me and everything. It's just that's how it was brought up.
Yeah.
uh, so I guess going back into the community that you're building, what's one thing that in your community that you strive to put across in your message with your streaming that's maybe different from others?
Uh, Positivity. I mean, I hope a lot more people do that, but like there's people out there that have personas. I personally don't think that that's a good thing to do because it's kind of like giving false security to people. Because if you're like, I'll stream 10 around 10 hours a day when I do stream on my days off.
Mhm.
And like to me, I can't be someone else like for that long. Like it's just easier to be myself, like deal with me like raging, getting upset. Because for the most part, I think I'm just being positive and just trying to make people smile, laugh, and like have a good time. And then like gameplay and stuff is second. Even though I want to be the best and whatever I do, like I just want to make sure like the people that come into my stream are smiling or laughing or just enjoying themselves overall.
Okay. And with that, what you said of you're putting your stream and the people in your stream first as opposed to the gameplay. For somebody like I know you are and I am, well now, but what do you do when you want to focus on the gameplay too? Because you want to get better. You want to, for you be a better Fortnite player. For me, be better with Fortnite and COD. Like, what do you do to balance that? I do want to do better and focus on gameplay, but then I also don't want to neglect, the community.
I mean, honestly, I go from game to game. Like if there's a game I'm just absolutely just popping off, like I think chat notices that, and then like it's also good to let mods know. Like because mods are there to keep people entertained too,
Mhm.
or to at least communicate with people when I can't. Um, and then also like if I do like the pop up cups in Fortnite and stuff like that, I let them know before I start. I'm like, hey, chat all you want, talk to each other, chat to me, but in between games is when I'm gonna be reading chat the most because this is like their in-game tournament. So I want to kind of focus on this, and I want to stream it so you guys can enjoy the gameplay as well and see like how tournaments are different than like just regular pub matches.
That makes sense. Because I know a lot of big streamers that do that too. That are just, hey, I'm gonna be playing right now. Sorry, but I'm gonna be playing for the next game or so, and then I'll get to the chat when there's free time type thing. Um, who was your first or longest supporter slash viewer, if you remember?
So the longest to date is her name is the Stubbs. Um she's part of the the community we were in before it kind of fell off. Um and she's been following me for almost 10 months now. Like before I was even like, because 9 months ago, I don't even think it was April. Um, I'm pretty sure she followed me when I was going back between Mixer and Twitch, and then John, and then I think the person with the most watch time right now is Brightside. With he just hit 16 days last night.
Dang.
So, and then like supporting, like I think it's not just about the following, but it's about like communicating, um, like subbing helps a lot, like, but I don't push it. Like if people want to sub to me, that's good, and I appreciate it because any money I make I put back into like logos, boomsticks. Right now I'm saving up for a new computer so I can give them better quality, so I can stream at a higher resolution without worrying about my computer breaking, because right now I just have a pre-built computer. So like any support I get, I don't go and spend it on stuff in real life unless like I'm short. But
Unless I tell you use this for Taco Bell,
yeah,
then you'll use it for Taco Bell.
yeah, like if you donate, like when you donate to me and said go get Halo Top, and I was like, okay. Like, and I think like the biggest support moment, like I don't even think like I ever told you, because there's one day you donated to me a good amount of money, and like you're like go get dinner and stuff, and like there was literally like when you did that there was literally $0 in my bank account, um because it was like all these bills hit me at once and I had late charges on stuff, and I was like because I don't like show, like I'll show emotion on stream, I don't want to cry on stream. So like when you did that I was like fuck, and like that was probably like the craziest moment ever.
That was actually going to be one of my questions. What was your craziest or most memorable moments on stream?
It was that, like, definitely, because like I literally had $0, and like I was like I'll just eat ramen, but what am I gonna eat at work? And you're like go get a nice dinner, and I was like I'm getting Chipotle.
But if you're listening, I didn't put Smitty up to say that story.
No,
Uh,
like
but I don't do that often. I do it every now and then, especially because I feel like at the time and even now, like I'm in certain levels to do certain things financially, and I don't splurge on too much in real life or in my life. So when I do that, I do it for people who I support fully. I won't do that to just some random person I just started following like the same day. I might sub to them or follow them, but I won't do something like that. But I don't do that all the time. But when I do, it's for someone who is positive, who I enjoy watching them. And to be honest, you didn't even have. I know we were already friends at that point, but we didn't have to be friends for me to do something like that. It's just supporting the community of whoever it is.
and I appreciate that.
No problem. Um, let's see here. So I know talked about it like briefly about like our in real life friends and how they, support you or support, but what about on like a mental level? How does streaming so do that? What does streaming do for you mentally? Is it too draining on you, or is it helping you?
Now it helps me. Like when I first started,
Mhm.
like because like I said, the first 2 months or so, I had no viewers, and I'm literally like my friends I usually play with, they weren't because I was a PG streamer at first, and I was like, please don't cuss and stuff like that, and they'd say stuff other than cussing that I didn't like. I'm like, I'll just play solos then, and like that's why I'm like heavy into solos now, I guess,
Mhm.
because that's all I could do while I
You're
streamed.
talking while you're playing with them or in the chat?
Um, when I'm playing with them,
Oh, okay.
so like no one's in stream. I'm playing solos. I'm in my room. I couldn't listen to music because I was on Xbox and didn't have a computer or anything or like a dual audio headset. So I'm really there just playing. It got draining. Like I'm like not super depressed, but I'm just like at one point in time, I'm like, is this what I want to do?
Mhm.
And I'm like, yeah, but I'm gonna just have to keep on going. And then I got I got one person that would always come in. It was like it first started with Stubbs, like when she started heavily watching me like every day after I got on after work,
Mhm.
and then it was John, and then a couple weeks later, Hyperspace, and then like it was like anytime I got on, it was always those three, and I was like, okay, I like this, and it took me what April, April to May, May to June, June. It took me 3.5 months to hit affiliate, which I think it's still fast, but like I don't know, how long did it take you to hit affiliate?
Like a little over a month.
Little over a month.
Yeah. Not
So like
trying to flex, but
no, like I like seeing people do it quicker than me. Like like if I can help someone hit affiliate and I like them enough cuz like there's certain people I'm like, "Oh, you seem like a cool dude." And then I lurk in there like what I do if I'm gonna support someone, I won't talk in their stream. I just like kind of like just chilling like a snake in the grass type deal, just watch them and see how they act. And like if they're acting like act toxic, like tastefully, don't do it to friends. Like I've done it. I don't like I regret doing it, but like if you're doing that shit every day
yeah.
and like calling your friends like you're shit at this game, you're not gonna get better. I'm like, bro,
Yeah,
what?
that's a little much.
I'm like, so like when I support someone, I'm usually in 100%, and you have to do a lot to like lose my trust.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you a story real quick. I don't think I've told you. So this was back when I was fully onto like every day trying to find someone new. And I had found someone who and I still watch them every now and then, like they're cool. But I was watching their stream and they had to go, so they hosted somebody and it's a friend of theirs. So I was like, all right, I'll keep watching. So I watched and he was all right and everything. And then I followed and then I talked to him in the chat a little like, hey, randomly found you from, this guy, stuff like that. And then he saw that I had the Twitch Prime little sub thing, the crown. And then right when that happened, he was just pushing like, hey, I see you got the Twitch, you should sub to me and like all the stuff. And I was like, I'm not even kidding, like he did it a couple times. So it wasn't just like once. And I was like, I was trying to be nice too. I was like, hey man, like my Twitch sub, I already used it, but maybe next time. And he's like, or you could just donate $5 and get it now. And it's like, when you're pushy like that, like to be honest, I a lot of people are like, hey, like myself, like you don't have to sub if you just want to come chat or watch whatever it is. But when you push it that much, I'm like, nah. I followed him right after that, or unfollowed him right after that.
Yeah, like I do it. I do it to friends I know IRL or people
Mm.
that are very regular in the stream. I'll give them a hard time. I'll be Stubbs came in yesterday and she's like, she flashed the ninja emote, and I was like, "Is that who you used your Prime sub on?"
Oh.
I'm like, I'm appalled, and like she's like, "I just wanted the free bits because the New Year's event." She's like, "I thought I had to be sub, but I didn't." She's like, "I'm sorry." I'm like, "I'm just kidding." You can beep that out. Um, but like I always tell new people, like especially younger people, like if you're doing Twitch to make money, like it your crap's broken. Like obviously I want this to be a full-time thing, but you can never make it about the money. Because I think that's when people lose themselves. Is when they make something solely about the money. Because I, I don't think like people say money's the root of all evil. I don't believe that. I think it's how you use your money, whether it's for with good intentions or bad intentions.
What do you think? I don't know if you've seen this, but at TwitchCon, and you can stop me if you've heard the story, but at TwitchCon there was this guy on a panel, and he was talking about how like he was like, oh, he was talking about his fans, and he was saying that, oh, like he sees himself above the average person, like above his fans, and he's all saying this on a panel. And afterwards, a lot of people, like I think Ninja even talked about it, saying like, dude, like no matter what level you're at, it's you would not be there if it wasn't for them, even if you got one viewer or thousands. And this dude, I don't know, have you heard that?
Yeah, I did. Just in case people watch this didn't know, but I saw that and I was like it made my stomach turn because that's disgusting, honestly. Because if you see yourself higher than your fans, then why are you letting them watch you? That's like first
Yeah,
off, like
true.
wouldn't you want people watching you that are
On your
either
level or
yeah on
better,
your
if
yeah
that's your mentality.
mm-hmm
Hmm.
like I I see myself like I learned to humble myself at a very early age, pretty like for the most part. Like I think I'm below everyone and I can always make myself better as a person. So I never go in and be like, I'm better than you. Like even like in video games, if people are like, you're so good, I'm like, no, I'm not. Like, because I always know there's someone better, someone younger that's better. Like, I think it's crazy video games because like literally you can be 10 years old and be like a god in Fortnite, World of
Yeah.
Warcraft, um, be an insane builder on Minecraft. Like, it literally there's your age and like anything like that has nothing like
I know. I mean,
you can.
look at even the bigger names now. Myth is what, 19.
He's
Tifu
19.
just turned 21.
Yeah.
Um, like a lot of people, yeah, they've been doing it. Like Ninja's what, 26, 28,
He 27?
and even that, if you really think about it, is young.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, there's so many people who are young. You watch Courage, JD?
Yes.
You know Connor?
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
he's. I don't even think. I don't know if he streams. I know he has YouTube of like 250,000 followers, but like he's good. Like,
hmm
and he's only like 10 or 11 or something. But yeah.
it's crazy. Like I'm glad their parent like support them. Like when I see younger kids like doing very well, I'm like, well, they have to have a good like support cast at home because like obviously they're kids, so their parents can just be like, no.
Yeah.
But no, I like seeing those stories. Um like Courage's story, how he went from caster to like he casted the ninja event in Vegas, which I wish I would have went to. And then like after that, like he just
Wait, you know
went
he
up
was a
and
caster before that, right?
yeah,
Oh,
for
okay.
optic
No,
like
no, no. Well, he casted for Call of Duty for like since I've been following Call of Duty, so for like 2 years. And even before that, I heard his story of on another podcast how he got there was he was just grinding and like interning and doing work for free and working
Oh,
for MLG, and then he just got a chance. He broadcasted once and they really liked him and they gave him a job that still didn't pay well, and then he left and pursued streaming full time. I think earlier 2018 with Optic, and then yeah, and then pretty much from there he kept blowing up.
yeah. Like like the internet's crazy,
Yeah.
honestly.
One thing I know we've talked about before, but not obviously on here. What do you feel about the people who are like, oh, you're like, for instance, you as a viewer, like you're watching Ninja play Fortnite. Why don't you just play Fortnite yourself? What do you say to people like that?
Like, if you watch Jimmy Fallon, like, I don't want people to think I took this from Ninja because I've been saying it since the beginning. Like, it, whether it's like, let's start with sports. Like, so many people watch football, baseball, basketball, soccer, rugby. Like, why don't you just go play? Well, like, it's fun to watch them. Like, you get to see crazy stuff. Well, when you watch Ninja, Tifu, like all these like very high skilled players, and like you take it in, like you can increase your gameplay that way and learn, and then like the banter they add to it, like it makes it fun to watch. And then there's people that watch reality TV shows, like Jersey Shore. Like, why don't you just go party with your friends? Oh, I don't have that money. Well, so like I think it's becoming more mainstream, like with games and stuff. But I think people are finally kind of understanding, like,
Yeah, I know
oh
you said kind of because same thing. It's not finally like yeah they're understanding. It's like more and more people are starting to understand.
yeah, like I watched like my first football game all season yesterday. I watched the 2 games, and I'm like, I don't hear anyone come in like to the shop and be like, oh, why don't you just go play? But if I'm
Yeah,
watching like Twitch or something, like, well, can't you just do that? I'm like, yeah, and you can just go play football with your friends in the street, go play two-hand touch, but we're here. Um,
yeah, I
yeah,
get
it, I, I'm I'm very excited to see what people think in 7 years
you. Yeah,
and how much farther gaming will come.
I think people started realizing it when Ninja started becoming popular, but more on the fact of oh Ninja makes, which I don't even think this was the right numbers at the time, like $1 million a month off of playing video games. And I feel like when money gets involved, that's when people start paying attention.
Yeah, I agree with that. Which is like, I think it's good and bad because I don't know why money has to be like the main thing for people to be like, oh, okay, now it's okay.
Yeah. Yeah. What um relating to it is what do you think was like the biggest moment for streaming in the past year? Meaning like what we were talking about, like bringing it into the light.
I would say I want to say the Ninja Drake stream because it brought people from two different industries together. But I also want to say the Ninja Vegas event because number wise, he surpassed it. Um, they like literally the Las Vegas Strip hosted the first ever like gaming event of that caliber. Like Ninja was the first gamer to headline on the Las Vegas Strip, where people like actors, comedians dream about doing.
Yeah.
And the Luxor said, "Hey, come out here and host an event." And then they treated him well, got him a suit. Like, I thought that was like I think that was like a solid like event, and I think it like a lot of people saw that and were like, a gamer's here headlining, and
Yeah.
then sold out. I think sold out seats, if not like their gamers flew across like this the whole nation and came to compete, and then around 600, 6,500 people watching, or 600,000, 6,005, or
Six thousand
I've,
fifty or 6,500? No, 650,000.
yep, that word.
Oh,
um I'm like, that's a lot of eyes.
yeah.
Like, that doesn't even fit in a football. Like, that's several football stadiums. Like, that's a lot. That's a lot of eyes.
Mhm. So back on more, I guess, personal level for yourself. What what's one thing you can change about either your stream or just streaming in general?
Damn. One thing I want to change is like, I don't know. Like, I think my biggest pet peeve are when people like either reoccurring like viewers and people like that come in and trash talk other streamers. I don't like that at all. Like, everyone's on the bandwagon of hating Ninja right now. And then there's people that really don't care. But when people like trash talk stuff like that, like, I appreciate anyone's grind. Like, if I see someone grinding, um, and in a good way, I'm like, I like that.
Mhm.
Because I'm very like, if I like someone, I look into their story. Um, whether it's music, video games, uh, sports, like, I'll watch stuff about them. And like, people dog Ninja, it's like, he literally went from being a kid, going to a Halo tournament, to working, going to college and streaming, to literally losing it all when he lost his eyesight. And after that, like, because his peripheral vision still isn't it, it's very crap on the one eye, and he could have just been like, okay, I give up. I'll just go work the rest of my life, like work for someone else the rest of my life. And he he decided to get back into it, grind, and then like 7 years later, he's the first streamer with a Red Bull sponsorship. I still think Nate Shot gets that title, but like, mainline streamer, like,
Yeah,
getting
because
a
I guess he would win the first esports player to get a Red Bull sponsor. I think that's what Nate Shot would get.
okay, yeah, like,
But yeah,
literally 7 years, and now he's not even a cocky asshole with his money.
yeah, I know. Like
Like,
I follow him too. I didn't. The only thing I didn't know about your story was the eyesight. I didn't know about that.
yeah,
But yeah, like you follow. It's like the only thing that I think has changed is that he's bought a house.
yeah,
And aside from that, it's like you don't see him like flexing on Instagram with a Lamborghini or something like that. It's like that. And I think the fact that I don't think it's all the time, but he takes a private jet every now and then. And I think those are sponsored by the people who are putting on whatever he's going to.
yeah. Like, like the NFL, like the Lions. That's when I saw it.
Oh yeah.
They paid for the jet. Um, and it's like, and people were like, he's just getting stuff handed to him. No, like, I'm a I'm a very firm believer. It takes 7 years to come a overnight success, because like, literally 7 years into grinding, like, it all just kind of snowballed at that one point for him in a good way. Like, he just kept going and growing. Obviously, Fortnite had stuff to do with that, but what was if he was just still playing H1Z1? It probably wouldn't have happened, but he probably would, like, it all, you have to be in the right place at the right time. And fortunate for him and people, they were. And like, I don't think this is the end. Like, I think there's going to be another game that people are going to get into early, and it's going to help them the same way Fortnite helped people.
Mhm.
Because I'm pretty sure when Minecraft did this for people, people were like, oh, there's never going to be another game like it. Well, it's Fortnite now. It's not going to be one after another, year to year to year. But I think it'll be a couple of years in between where we will see this happen.
So I had this question because I thought it would come up too, which it has, and also because you stream playing it. But what are your views on Fortnite as a whole for streaming and gaming?
Um, so I've heard a lot of people say it. Don't stream the most popular game. I'm like, I'm gonna do it anyways because I don't like people telling me what to do. In that way, because back when I was streaming on Xbox, I would stream. I was doing two a days. I'd stream Fallout 4 in the morning and then Fortnite at night. And like honestly, I had like as a newer streamer, I'd have 14 viewers on Fallout 4, and then I ran 3 on Fortnite. I wasn't having fun on Fallout. Like you, you're gonna have to deal with the ups and downs no matter what. But I think as long as you're enjoying yourself in whatever game you're playing, go for it. Because like now, statistically, I think I average 11 viewers, and that's from Fortnite. Like I'll play like I used to play Overwatch, deleted it. I used to play Dead by Daylight, deleted it because like I was getting mad at these games. Like I get mad at Fortnite, but I could still play it when I'm upset. Those games, I would go back to Fortnite, and I'm like, Fortnite's the game. Like there's going to be a game for everyone. Like there's people that can't play Fortnite and they'll switch over to Overwatch or Dead by Daylight or Rocket League, stuff like that. Because chat can tell when you're having a very bad time or putting up with the game, or like they see you getting mad at a game, but you still enjoy it, even if you're like a little upset, which is Fortnite for me, mostly because I'm very competitive. But I think to anyone that wants to stream Fortnite, do it. Like, don't expect huge numbers, but it doesn't mean you can't get there. It might just take a little bit longer than like streaming the newest little indie game, like a small community's hyped about, and you'll get viewers that way. But I think people should just go with what they want to do, and then just be happy.
So with Fortnite, what's one thing that's been added recently that you really enjoy, and one thing you're like, okay, this should be vaulted.
I love the planes. It was such a good addition. I'm kidding. Those can go.
Okay, the only reason why I like the planes is distance.
Yes.
That's the only
So
reason.
one thing I like, the heavy sniper. I love sniping people. Like there's no better feeling than getting, like, even if you eliminate them or not, like if you get that far shot and just get a body shot, it's like, oh. The one thing I wish they would vault, just vault the bush. I'm tired of getting it in chests. And then I wish they would tweak the planes because and just take the turrets off.
Yeah.
Keep the planes because I don't know if a lot of people know this, but you can turn on auto run, get on the wing, and then shoot that way, which I think is puts that person in a more vulnerability to get shot at than being in the pass or in the driver's seat, being able to just mow down buildings. Like I think that would be the best balance for the planes because I like them to like because it was a good way to have glider redeploy too without it being an item because you could just fly up, jump out, go wherever you need to go.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. What? Let me see here. Okay. So that's pretty much it in terms of streaming and those types of questions. But I do want to ask a couple questions, just random questions, just to see. What are your hobbies outside of streaming, if you have any? Because
I
some people,
know.
I mean, some people just like gaming.
Yeah, I really enjoy gaming. Um, it definitely helps me save money for the most part, except when Fortnite puts in really cool skins. Um, Before that, I was snowboarding a lot, but I don't know if people know the cost of snowboarding. Like a day pass, you spend around 150, $200
Oh wow!
plus food, plus a
Plus
room,
travel.
travel, gas.
Where's the
It,
closest place to snowboard distance wise for you?
about an hour, hour and a half,
Okay.
depending on like how much snow is up there. Because then you have to drive slower, of course. But about an hour to an hour and a half. But I don't like snowboarding at that place because I went once and like it put like imagine just taking a very thick like razor blade and just going across your window. Like it puts really big gouges in my snowboard. So my favorite place to go is in Utah, and that's about a 4 hour drive or so, give or take.
So snowboarding then as a hobby.
Yeah, when I can spend that money, but I don't choose to do that anymore.
All right. And this is a special question just for you. Favorite Funko?
Favorite Funko? I'm gonna just show you. Uh, Whoops. It is Sherlock Holmes with the violin.
Oh, with the violin.
Mm-hmm.
They probably make so much money off of Sherlock with a pipe or with the hat.
I have that one too.
All right. Current song on repeat.
Current song on repeat. Um,
Or artist.
I think that like AJR, because you told me them. Like those are people I listen to a lot, and Half an Orange, or
Half
like
an
the.
orange.
Mm-hmm.
Never heard of them.
They're they're like nice, like smooth, good feeling music.
Like what kind like AJR or like rap
Yeah,
or
kind of like AGR, but like a little more mellow.
okay. Favorite sport.
Football,
Favorite team for football.
Denver Broncos.
Is that uh like why? Is that because like a hometown thing or closest team or
Um, no, my aunt and uncle, they were uh Broncos fans, and then like I would always watch highlights and stuff. I like John Elway because I'm really big into people that are comeback, like they can overcome stuff, and he has the most fourth quarter wins in NFL, which is like I think I love seeing like people down and then not losing momentum, not giving up, and then just coming back and winning it.
you know what? It just reminded me because you said that right now. You watch Gary Vee. Have you ever watched Gary Vee where he's had Eric Thomas on his
Yes.
podcast? Okay. So I watched him for a long time before, and then he got me into Gary Vee. And he always has this quote that I love and I always hear. And it just reminded me of like coming back from the fourth quarter or the third quarter. A setback is a setup for a comeback.
I like that
So
one.
whenever you're down, just that's just a bigger step to come back up into it. All right. Last question. Favorite movie? And I know you don't watch movies too much. Or last show you watched, you binged.
Favorite movie? Okay, I'll name three. Um,
No,
I
actually, I have this question, and I always tell people that one. But for me, it's always like I don't have a favorite. I have like a top three, but
yeah.
like I just can't pick one.
So Inception, Wolf of Wall Street, um, and Scott Pilgrim Saves the World.
Oh, that's a good. I remember watching that for the first time. It's like, as just a person who loves watching movies, it's so different. It's like a video game and a comic book and a movie, like in one.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a good one. Okay, what about last show you binged or watched?
Um, two shows I have binged the seasons front to back at least 10 times is How I Met Your Mother and that 70 show. Like
Wait, how many times? How many did you
10,
watch?
10 a piece.
No way.
Yeah, like because I would always like back when I was a kid and I'd game, I'd turn on the show and like I'd do that, sleeping, watch the show. When one show ended, I'd start the other show from the beginning, and then just kept flipping back and forth.
Oh wow.
Like I hear people do that with The Office. I've never seen The Office. I do it with those two shows.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna say because you said you watched them like for that long. My sister and my dad, when they were younger, they watched Seinfeld. It would be on like channel 11 or 13 or something, and they would show 4 episodes, and it would be like it was reruns, but it was like episode 1, 2, 3, and 4 tonight, 5, 6, 7, 8 tomorrow, and then or I don't know if it was four or maybe two, and they watched the entire series by watching it like that.
That's
Uh,
crazy.
yeah, but all right, so that's pretty much it. Are there any other? Are there anything you want to say or any questions you have for me?
So I want to touch on the Eric Thomas thing because that was one of the first person I seen, like motivational wise.
You watched The
I,
Guru? Was that the first one?
yes, yep.
Oh, the first one
Because
too.
I made a sign like I need to find it so I can hang it up, but it says, uh, "When you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, that's when you'll be successful." And like I think a lot of people should implement that into whatever they want to make a passion into. When people want to make a passion into a career, I always like I tell them that quote.
Oh, okay. And that's actually kind of the name of the stream. Kind of incorporated that quote because it's like for me, it's like eat, sleep, breathe. It's like whenever you're doing stuff like that, it's like your mentality is one thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're gonna eat thinking about it. You're gonna go to sleep dreaming about it. You're gonna breathe it eventually. To where that's kind of how I came up with the name too. Oh, that's crazy. So you watched Gary Vee first, and then you went to. I mean, sorry, you watched Eric Thomas first, and then you went to Gary Vee.
Yeah, like I just found Gary Vee scrolling through Facebook, and like a video popped up, and I was like, click, and it was I think Regret is Poison was the first one I saw. It's like this kid comes up to him and is like complaining. He's like, "How old are you?" He's like 30. He's like, "You got 70 more years." He's like, "You got time." It's like, "Don't stress." He's like, "But do stuff you want to do because when you're 70, 80, 90, you're going to be wishing you did." And then he also told the kid, he's like, "If you really don't believe me, go volunteer in like an elderly home and see what they say.
Yeah.
See how many regrets they have." And I'm like, I don't want regrets. I'm good. I'm gonna just do like whatever I set my mind to. I'm gonna do it, and then just keep grinding.
It's always a good mentality to have. So since we're at the end, Smitty, you wanna where can we follow you? Watch your stream. If you're playing Fortnite, what code do I put to support it?
um. So I mean, twitch.tv/Smiddy710. Um, my Twitter handle because someone had it. I had to do PC Smiddy710. Instagram Smiddy710. I try to keep everything the same, but Some people just don't let you have it your way. And then I got fortunate enough to get a creator code on Fortnite, and that is Smiddy710. So any support or anything like that, I would appreciate it.
It's
But
kind
me,
of bad that you got a code now. I'll tell you why. It's because now I'm buying more emotes. Before I would be like, nah, I'm just gonna buy the battle pass, and you know, and then I think I bought two yesterday, and yeah, but all right, Smitty. Well, thank you for coming on. And again, oh, also your stuff's on. You can't see it, but your people know who you are if they just watch the screen. So your name's on there, and I'll put all your information too um, in the video link.
oh, thank you.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Smitty. Thank you for anybody watching or listening, and I'll see you next time.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.